We're live. We're live. We are live. Okay, what is up? What are we talking about today? So, my latest discovery, and I knew this partly, but not to the degree of it, and it's to do with the follow up. And we've heard the saying, the fortunes in the follow up. What it means is that most people aren't going to purchase when they're right on your thing. So, for example, if I do a masterclass and I have 100 people register and I have only 20% of those people are going to show up and a small percentage are going to purchase, how do I get sales from the people who didn't purchase and the people who didn't show? Because that is where the majority of the sales are going to come from. So, what do I have? A follow up. So, in a masterclass, it would look like I have a replay page and I have a follow up email sequence. But it goes deeper than that because I just heard this thing. It was like the average yes afterwards in a follow up sequence happens after 5 contacts, 5 times asking them if they're purchasing, where they're at, what's going on. 5 times, 5 times. So for me, it's like I haven't been doing 5 times for sure, which means I've been losing a lot of sales because I do 1 or 2 and then I stop because I don't want to bug people. And I just think that it's dead. Someone's like yes or no, but a yes is a yes. A no is a maybe. So what I want to do by the time I'm done is to have very, very definitive no's and very, very definitive yes and get rid of the middle ground. And the only way I'm going to be able to do that is to be a little bit more relentless with the sales follow-up process. Because think of it, it's like if I spent all this money and all this time and all this to get everyone to something, then shouldn't I almost need to treat that as a different event. Or there's this analogy that I've heard before. It's like running through the finish line. And that the difference sometimes between somebody who wins a race and someone who loses a race is that the person who ran through the finish line was faster, meaning they didn't stop. The race wasn't over until the finish line. A lot of people stop just before the finish line. They coast in over the line. And we want to get in the habit of running through the finish line. What's running through the finish line when it comes to sales? Follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. Like follow up like a motherfucker. Let that sink in. Follow up is as important of a piece as the entire event. So let's do the whole thing justice and do a good big follow up on the end of whatever we're doing. Follow up, follow up, follow up.